Hi, this is Mini Sajan. Welcome to Mini Talks. Today, I'm going to talk about afternoon tea, which is a common British tea service. The phrases afternoon tea and high tea are often interchangeably used, and many people mistakenly believe that there is no difference. The concept of afternoon tea started in 1840s in England by Anna Maria Russell. She was the seventh Duchess of Bedford. In the late afternoon, by around 4 pm, she used to get hungry. But she didn't want to take a full meal as it was just 4 hours before the dinner at 8 pm. The concept of afternoon tea started when she started inviting her friends to join her. And it turned out to be the present concept of afternoon tea with 3 courses of meal. In the early days, it used to be a social gathering for women in the wealthy social class. But now it has turned out to be very popular in England. Afternoon tea is traditionally served between 3 pm and 5 pm, and it is traditionally served in a 3-tiered stand. It consists of savories, scones, and sweets. And there is a sequence also to have these three. You have to start with the savories first, then go for the scones, and finally the sweets. Another thing is, all these are called tea sandwiches also, or finger sandwich, which means no cutlery is used for having this. But remember to take only how much is required for you to have. You are always free to go for a second serving. So take only the pieces which are required. These are scones. Once you are through with the savories, the second course is scone. Now, scone is a flour based, shortcake like baked item. It is crunchy, it is dense, and little sweet. Now, how to have a scone? Scone should not be cut by a knife and eaten. During my previous session, I had explained how to eat a bread roll. Similar to that, you have to break the scone into small bite-sized pieces. And this is to be had along with clotted cream and preserve. Clotted cream, it's not a heavy cream, it is clotted cream. It is made by slow heating of rich cow milk. It can be heated by steam or by the water bath or in an oven. The long process, slow heating and slow cooling down also in shallow tray. It should be cooled overnight. So it's such a long process to prepare a clotted cream. And with the result that the cream gets separated and it floats on the surface and appears like clots. So you have to remove the cloth separately, strain it and transfer to your container. That's how a clotted cream is prepared. That is the combination for having scone. So scoop out the required quantity of clotted cream and your jam to your plate and start spreading. So while you are spreading, as I told you, you break the scones into one bite size. Take the required quantity, apply the clotted cream first and then jam over that. That's how you have to have a scone. Clotted cream first and little jam on top of that. Once you're through with the scones, then you can have your sweets. Now these sweets are also finger food, which means need not use a cutlery. But you can use a fork if you feel that the pastry would mess up your hands. Like pastries, there's nothing wrong in using, but ideally All these three items are finger food. In this service, it's a black tea which is served in a teapot with freshly brewed tea leaves. Since the tea leaves are used, a tea strainer will be used to pour the tea over the cup. The black tea will be poured and the tea strainer will be placed back into the drip cup. You will not find tea bags in this service. Similarly, there will not be sugar sachets. Instead, sugar will be served in sugar pot and milk in the creamer. As I had told during my previous sessions, the spoon which is kept in the sugar pot should not be taken for stirring the sugar inside. For that, you will be having your own spoon. Afternoon tea is a perfect kind of party for bridal shower, baby shower, Mother's Day, and so on. The origin of afternoon tea clearly shows that it was preserve of the rich in 19th century, whereas high tea had a totally different reason. The workers of industrialized Britain had to wait until their work is over to have a cup of tea. So it was not just a tea with cakes. Instead, it used to be a heavy meal. The teapot will be there, but along with that, meat dishes, fish dishes, baked potato, and so on. The phrase high tea has another implication also. High tea is served on high dining table with a high back chair, unlike the afternoon tea which is served on low table with relaxing chairs. The afternoon tea service is so popular that if you visit London, you should experience the afternoon tea service. Big hotels like the Ritz or the Savoy, you need to make a booking probably months in advance. It is of that high demand. When we go to London, we make sure that we have at least one time afternoon tea. It's quite expensive, but it's worth an experience. In Indian hotels, it is not that popular even now. I hope I'm clear with the differences between afternoon tea and high tea. If you need any further clarifications, put in the comment box and I'm all the more happy to clarify that. Thank you for watching Mini Talks. If you liked it, please subscribe and share. I shall be back with more interesting topics.